Samantha here with me today. That's like my affectionate name for her. Every time I call you Sam, I'm like, never really asked her if I could, but I just do. I've got Samantha here with me today, and we're going to have just an open and deep, powerful conversation about some of the results she's been creating this year. And I'm super excited for a number of reasons. One of the major reasons is because she's not the typical type of client that I normally would have. And people are always asking me when they see my clients' big results, what if I'm not a coach? What if I'm not a consultant? All of those things. And Sam was actually one of those people who was asking the same similar type question. And so we are going to dive into this and share with you what this looks like, what this journey of expanding your capacity to receive looks like, what collapsing time looks like, what shifting the wealth code for future generations looks like when you are just an expert in your field, not just an expert, when you're an expert in your field, but you're not running a coaching business. So welcome, guys. I'm glad that you're here. I'm going to send Sam away for a minute, and I just want to kind of talk to you guys a bit about some things that are going on and what's coming up. And then I'm going to bring her back, let her introduce herself, and we're going to jump into this conversation. So I'll see you in a minute, Sam. So I've been doing this series called Believe. And here's the thing, the reason why I'm doing it, I do it every year around this time. And I do it because I can tell you all day long, some of you look at me and you're like, Shameca, of course you did $1 million a month. I mean, you're amazing and incredible, and you have all these things going on, and you've been at this for a long time. And so I want to show you different variations of people who are learning what I'm teaching, my methodology. Here's why. It took me 12 years to cross $1 million in business. 12 whole years. I always say 12 years a slave. Took me 12 years. And so what I've learned how to do is take what I've learned over those 12 years for myself, and for doing this with hundreds of people, mostly women in business, helping them collapse time and create record-breaking results. I've learned how to do that for others. I've translated the lessons that I've learned, and I'm showing them how to do it faster than ever. So some of my clients are like brand new in business, and they're doing these things. They're doing 6-figure months and 6-figure years within the first 6 months of being in business. It's incredible, but you won't believe it from my mouth. And so we do the Believe series. And so I always say this, or I've been saying this lately. Once you see what's possible, you can never unsee it. Until I saw someone I knew personally that was doing 7-figure months, it wasn't even on my radar to even think that was in the realm of possibility for me. And so today, what I know that works is you being able to see other people that are doing bigger and bigger numbers than what you're doing. Before we jump into talking to Sam, who for the past few months has been making more money than she's made all last year. She's got more leads and opportunities coming into her inbox daily, and she's making consistent sales like month after month after month, and she's growing and growing and growing. We're going to talk about that. And I know that you're going to be inspired by this conversation, but what I want to do is give you an opportunity to be in a room surrounded by people who are probably doing larger numbers in their sales, accomplishing bigger goals, like what they are living the types of lives that you want to live. And one of the things that I love about this work is that we're doing it without the hustle. We're doing it without the grind. We're doing it without killing ourselves. We're living lives that we love and enjoying the journey. And it's just a new way. It's a new face of what wealth looks like. And so I want to give you an invitation to join me at Game On Live event. We have just released super early bird registration tickets. What does that mean? That means I like to roll with the types of people who are fast decision makers, and I usually reward those people because I know what happens when you step out in faith and courage and you make decisions quickly for your life. And so here's what we're doing. And it's for a limited time, and I'm doing something different this time. I'm not going to give you the date that the price is going to go up because most of you guys will lean into the law of diminishing intent. And what you will do is wait till the last minute or wait till the day after it's over and then message me like, oh, I didn't get my chance to come. But here's what you're going to get. You're going to get the ability to save $1,000 on your ticket. You won't know when the price is going to go up. I'm not going to tell you when it's going to go up, but it will go up. And it's going to go up probably 3 more times before the event starts. Game On Live event is November 11th, 12th, and 13th of this year. It is virtual, so you can do it from where you are. And we don't do virtual like anyone else. It's going to be I call it a 4D experience. It will feel like you are in the room with everyone, not just with me, with everyone. It's intentional. And so if you go to Game On Live event right now, your registration is only $297 for 3 days of learning the strategies that we've been using to collapse time and create bigger results than we ever thought possible. So that's all I want to say about that. I'm going to bring Sam back up. Get your ticket to Game On Live. If you already have your seat to Game On Live, go ahead and type I'm in. If you're already got your ticket to Game On Live, go ahead and type I'm in. I want you to see the type of people you're going to be surrounded with in this room. All right, we're going to bring Sam back to the forefront. Samantha. Samantha.
Hi. I'm doing good with Sam, but so either one is fine. You're good.
So let's start here. I want you to introduce yourself. Tell people who you are. Tell them what you're up to in the world, what you're doing in the world. Let's start there so they can get a baseline. Because the first question is always like, okay, she's doing these kinds of results and having this incredible life. What does she do? What does she sell? All of that stuff. So why don't you share with them who you are and what you're up to in the world first and foremost.
Absolutely. And first things first, since I can't type in, I will say I am in. I already got my ticket weeks ago, so I am in. Number two, I am so thankful for being here, Shameca. Thank you, because it's because of stories like me that I am here, is hearing other people that, that didn't think they could do it, and they showing them and sharing their stories on how they did it. So I am so delighted to be able to share my story so that other people that are listening, whether it's live or on the replay, can say, you know what, she can do it. I can do it too. I believe it. So with that, my name is Samantha Dutto. I'm what do I do? I'm a financial advisor, but really, in essence, what I do is I help individuals that have big, big money goals, right? For themselves, for their families, for their businesses, and they need a financial plan to get there. So I put a plan in place, walk them through it, hold their hand through it, so they can achieve those goals and live the life they truly want and love. So that is what I do, Shameca. And so, yes, I'm a little bit different, but as we'll talk about today, it absolutely all works.
Love it. Okay. So here's my first question for you. I know that you came into this community. I don't know if you did the Crash Course Challenge, but I know you started in sales school. And I just remember every Q&A, because I host one Q&A live in sales school a month. And every Q&A, you would always ask a question that went something like this: how do I make this work for me? Because I'm not like everybody else. Like that was like the question you would ask month after month after month. And so I know you went from sales school, and I think you went straight to Next Level Authority. So from sales school into my highest level program, which is Next Level Authority. And so I wanted you to talk about where you were when you entered into this community. What was going on? What were you looking to accomplish? Where were you being at that time?
Right. So yes, so I did join through their crash course right at the beginning of the not beginning, but quarantine. So it was March, April 2020. I did the crash course and then joined sales school. And I will tell you, looking back at that decision, it was, so I teach people how to invest, their money. And, obviously I do it, but I never thought about investing in me. So that first decision, that courageous decision of saying, I want to invest in me because I know I can do so much more. I just don't know how. So I joined sales school, and like you said, I thought I didn't, as other people spoke and as you spoke, I thought, oh, this is for coaches. And yes, I coach, but I'm a little bit different. And so I used to think this is probably not going to work for me. But I just decided, listening to everybody else, and everybody was unique in their own way. So, as much as it took me a while to realize that it worked for me, I still was like, I'm still a little bit different. But I just decided to just go in with the trust and just say, let's follow the system. Let's follow what Shameca is saying, because what I felt inside of me as the first shift was that my heart got fuller and fuller. Right. In the sense that it really started believing about how powerful I was. And that was the big, big initial shift in saying, it doesn't matter where I was before. this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I am meant to be in this community because I could feel all of my, I use my head all the time, but my heart finally decided, Samantha, you're doing this out of passion. So really show up in passion. So that was the big, big revelation. And then, yes, eventually made, the other investment in myself. I continue to grow in that area and saying, I want to get bigger results. So I need, a bigger investment, but I just knew I could do more. And as the belief grew, the results grew.
Yeah. You are like creating incredible results. Like almost every week you're like another client. And it's really fun to watch because I remember the Sam of last year before the pandemic, and you've totally changed so much. And so what do you feel like is the biggest influence on the types of results you're creating? I know you're creating higher and higher levels of clients that are showing up. I remember you asked, like, I want to serve these kinds of clients. And now you're like, they're showing up, right, all the time. And so what do you think has been the biggest thing that has contributed to that?
Showing up.
Tell me what that means.
So that means, showing up in social media in my post and not hiding, not, putting little things out there and, hoping somebody would notice. And so it was really showing up as me, because the little more that I advanced, the more I realized, wait, I'm actually, although logically I knew I was good and I get, results, it's like there was that little hesitation. And so just being exposed to you and the community just made my beliefs even bigger in me. And I was like, who am I not to be the best advisor for my clients? And so as that grew, my passion grew, and I just really fully embraced who I was exactly, how I am. And the right people came along because they were attracted to that energy, right? It was all a mutual, understanding of, oh my gosh, this is my person. This is who I want to work with.
Do you feel like you let go of this, like hunting for clients and where are my ideal clients and all of that stuff, and just kind of like, I'm just going to do this and
right. Well, and so that's the beautiful byproduct of all of this is that, I remember I used to think, in my industry, you have to make phone calls, et cetera, et cetera. And it was like one of the things that I was like, I wasn't really that crazy about. Right. But so this whole system of me showing up in social media and showing up, because that then spilled over as showing up at events, showing up at Zoom calls, just fully showing up as Samantha. And so it spilled there. And then all of a sudden people were coming to me and I was like, oh, whoa, what's going on? Right. So it was a beautiful byproduct of, okay, wait, the more I show up as Samantha and show who I really, really, truly am, the more people want to work with me, the more they want their friends to work with me, the more they know other people that want to work with me. And it's been just, a beautiful, beautiful extension of the work that we've been doing.
I love it. When you think about beliefs that you held tightly before, what's a belief that has totally shifted for you that you used to like hold as truth and fact?
Okay. Number one, this one just popped up, is that I had to be serious, right? I'm a financial advisor. I know all about investments and how to get you to be free and all of that. And I had to be serious and know everything, right? Where in reality, if I just relaxed and showed up as me, the knowledge is there, right? Then all of that is done. It's showing up, having fun, and helping other people realize that the journey can be fun too. It's not about, pinching pennies or cutting back here. And, because if you want to retire, you have to save here, et cetera, et cetera. So by me showing up and showing that the process is fun, that I can be fun, then even the part of saving and investing can be fun. And it doesn't have to mean we cut everything out. We enjoy life and we save for the future. That's it. So that was, for me, just like wonderful. Because Shameca, I just really started having fun.
You really are. And I have fun watching you have fun. It's incredible to watch. It's a lot of fun. And then you're just like, and the money's coming and I'm having fun. Like some of the pictures you have, I'm like,
Right.
It's so much fun. I'm thinking as I'm listening or that you guys are listening or watching, I want you to consider where in your life do you have this, like, it has to be this way in order for it to work? Find that place and then ask yourself, are you willing to be wrong? Are you willing to let go of the belief? Because listen, I mean, look at me today. I mean, I'm a little, not as Shameca as I normally am with my colors. Well, I guess I'm still Shameca. So purple hair, all of the things. I used to wear blue suits and pearls because I thought that in order for people to take me seriously in business, I had to look a certain way. And I was a shell of myself and I was not attracting clients because we all emit an energetic frequency. This is not like, it's not even woo-woo. It's the truth. Like if you think about it as young girls, and this might be TMI if there's any gentlemen watching, but our cycles usually sync up with the people we spend time with. I played sports. Every sport I played, the teams that I was on, college, high school, all the girls would have their cycles at the same time because there is an energetic clock and frequency where we're attracted to, and the people we spend the most time with affects us. And so when you are showing up on your social media or showing up to try to get clients in your business and you're pretending the part that you think you have to play in order to call in these higher level clients that are in your head and all of these things, like this is what they want, you're not putting the frequency out that the right ideal clients who are the higher level clients are looking for. So they pass you by because it doesn't compute. It's like, oh, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. You said it earlier, Sam. You said something like your heart was telling you like this was a space. This was the community. It wasn't a head decision for you to be in this space. And so I want you to consider, for those of you who are in situations like that, where you're like, okay, it's time for business, and you show up and you got to have your background and you got to have, all the things have to be perfect before you can put a thing out there in the world or before you can offer at a higher level. What if you're wrong? What if you get to be 100% who you be, and that's where all your results reside, right? I was thinking, you've been going through this process of mastering this methodology that I call the rapid transformation process. And I won't go through it here, but I'll give you the 3 tenets of it. It's normalizing where you are, expanding into the next level, or expanding your capacity to receive or to lead, and then transcending to the next level, anything you've ever done before. You've been mastering that over the past year. You've been very, very consistent with how you show up and in yourself. What flipped the switch for you? Because I could see it. Like there's a point where you got it and you decided to give into it and just follow that process.
Mm-hmm. I think it really was where I realized it didn't have to be hard. And that, when people have fun and they really answer to their true calling, they make money. Mm-hmm. And I know I've known for a while that this was my true calling. It's when I decided, because I was helping, myself, my family, my friends do it for years and years and years. So the moment I decided, oh, you know what, I kind of want to really help the world. Because I really, in my heart, want, one of the things I spoke to you on side note, spoke to me about what you said was, money in the hands of good people creates great change. And I've always believed that. So my goal has always been, I want people to not suffer from lack. I want people to have the money to be able to live the life of their dreams. Right. I was like, I was a stay-at-home mom for 15 years. And to me, that was like the greatest gift of all. And I was like, I want to give that gift to other people. Mm-hmm. But the moment I decided I was going to monetize it, quote unquote, is when I shrunk. And I was like, no, so, and then I didn't think I could do big things and create big change. So when I was in the community and I could see other people doing big things because they were answering their calling, I was like, that's it. Samantha, there's no playing small. You have nothing to lose. Be you because you are amazing, right? Just do it. Just have fun, show up, And the community is a fun community. Shameca, you're an amazing leader. You love us. And I was like, love is the answer. Just love on your clients, whether they decide to work with you or not, it's okay. And even letting go of that, somebody's going to say no, which luckily most people have not. And I'm really like, they have not. So I'm thankful for that. But if it's a no, that means either they're not ready yet, and that's okay. You are meant to serve the people that are ready now. And that was a huge shift for me, because I was always like, well, what I can do can help you. But if you're not ready, you can't help anybody. So it was all these shifts, and I just decided that's enough. I'm not playing small. There's too much at stake here. Play big.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love this concept of letting go of the people who aren't ready yet.
Yeah.
Right. And just focusing on those that are. I see so many people trying to convince people why they need what they have. And it's so energetically draining.
Right.
One of the things that you said, which is funny because it's like on my notes, you said community. And I feel like there's three things that really help people to collapse time. I mean, there's little nuances in those three things, but the first one is be who you be. 100% yourself, not who you think you need to be, not who your mama wants you to be, not who your neighborhood wants you to be, not who your political party wants you to be, but 100% who you be. Who you get of me right now is who you get if you're at my house, is who you get if you're in my community. And sometimes there's some real random stuff, but that's Shameca, and that's who God created me to be. So it's who you, it's powerful to be you. The second thing is simplified strategy. Like what you're saying about showing up, it's just simple. Like people think making money is hard, and it breaks my heart to watch people make it hard. Making money is simple, not easy, because we're all this work we're talking about on the inside. Like when you see, Sam's talking about community, when you see other people going and you're not going, that can go one or two ways. For most people, it makes them contract and then start beating themselves up about why they're not there, because they can see what they have in common with those people and they think they should be there already. If you were meant to be there already, you'd be there. Right? You get there when you get there. The other way that it can go is the way that Sam's going, where it pulled her forward. Like, wow, if all of these people can be doing this, I can be doing it too. And she claimed it for herself, took full ownership of it, and just went for it. And so I would say the last thing would be community. When I look at my own life, the thing that has propelled me forward year after year after year, time and time again, is seeing other people doing what I want to do and going, I've got to be able to do this. They install a level of belief that I could never have installed for myself because I'd never experienced it before. You know, even what we talk about inside of this community, think about it, Sam. We are birthing emerging millionaires, right? Emerging entrepreneurs who are doing crazy things that most average people couldn't even fathom. Inside of this community, we just celebrated somebody crossing $1 million in revenue last week, and she's the first of many. We've got celebrations happening almost daily. Clients who are shifting the wealth code for future generations. There's six-figure earners being birthed month after month after month. We've got more and more six-figure earners being birthed. We're changing the face of what wealth looks like, because let's be honest. Can we all just be honest about what we think wealth looks like, especially in America, is old white men, right? And I'm talking wealthy, generational, 10 times generational wealth. If I ask you to name a titan of industry, you're not going to pick somebody that looks like Sam or me. It's not going to happen. You're going to name some old white man that you know.
Right.
Like that's the reality. And so we are changing what the face of wealth looks like inside of this community. It's normal for us to be celebrating $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 in a month, a week, or a day. And that is not normal to the average person. Milestones like that to the average person makes little to no sense. Mm-hmm. But what I know it's both powerful, empowering, and amazing. And we're excited because we know that we are shifting things, that generational curses are being broken. Families' wealth codes are being recoded, like their stories about wealth and money are being recoded. And it's creating ripples and ripples of impact, meaning that the money that comes through you and I, Sam, we get to decide where that goes.
Right. And that's huge. That's huge. And even, because even for me, one of the push was, having 2 kids that are getting ready to go, on their own, and they've seen the transformation of the mom. And I'm like, look at that. They've known, they haven't seen corporate Samantha. They've seen stay at home Samantha. And all of a sudden they see entrepreneur Samantha and business owner and owning herself and seeing me on social media and growing and allowing myself to be powerful and having a son and a daughter, and I can show them that, and the ripple that by seeing that what they can put in their world and their community, it's the impact is huge. And that's what I love about it. And that's why I'm going to keep showing up for all those people that need it.
You got me saying I love it all the time. I'm like, I love it. I love it. So good. I love it. So I want you to think about, you just called yourself a stay-at-home mom, like your kids sing stay-at-home mom, Sam. Like, I want you to think about somebody who's like you, who may be watching this, listening to this, and see themselves in you. They may be on the prefaces of making a decision about, like you were, an investment that changed their lives, or just a decision that, they want to take full ownership of who they are. I don't know. But
right.
If you were to talk to someone who is Sam from, January 2020, what would you want to say?
If you have a knowing inside, you have something inside of you that says you're not average, there's more you're supposed to be doing, go after it, believe it. There's a reason you have that in there. And I remember having it since I was a teenager. I just didn't know where. I just knew I had to make an impact on the world. I knew it was education related. I just didn't know, but I've always had it. I knew I had to make a change in the world, that I wanted to affect change. And I was timid for so long and didn't fully believe that I could do it, but I knew I had it in me. So if that's you, if you have a knowing inside, even if it's a little seed that you're meant for more, that there's so much that you have inside of you want to give to the world, trust it, find the community, make the investment in yourself. It is so worth it. So worth it. Oh my gosh. Yes. So worth it.
I love it. Again, there I am again. I love it. Sam is making me say I love it.
Well, I love this community. I love you, Shameca. So I'll take all the I love it's I can.
I'm grateful to you for being here. And I was just thinking as you were talking about what you were just talking about, like, I want to do one more invitation to Game On Live before we wrap up the call. And, I have some little notes here. I'm just not going to read them because here's what I know. There's something in the air, because of this journey that I've been on, that we've been on, because you've been on this with me. I know that this year's Game On Live is going to be earth-shattering, and it's going to be truly transformational for all who step into the room. When I look at the kind of results we've created, even just in the last 12 months, there were people who were sitting in the seats of Game On Live last year who I'm like, oh my freaking God, your life has completely transformed and changed. And I'm on a mission to ensure that as many people as possible who are connected to the frequency of who I be experience this, because we've got work to do. And that work is going to outlast us for generations and generations. Because guess what? We're not building businesses, we're building dynasties.
Yes.
And so I will often say that Game On Live is not just an event or a conference. It is a war cry, not to battle or to fight, but a war cry. For me, when I think about a war cry, it's a victory cry. It's from the inside out. I got this. That's what Game On is about. And so I want to give as many people as possible the opportunity to make a decision that can change everything. And so here is my invitation. Today's opportunity is for you to save $1,000 on your ticket. I can go through how much it costs to work with me. I can go through that I don't just do events. Like, I do transformation. When you get in the room, you are learning and transforming from the inside out. you will not leave the leader that you came in the doors as, even though you'll be sitting there at your house. And so this is your opportunity to save $1,000. Game on Live tickets are going to be $12.97 for the 3 days. You have an opportunity to grab a seat for $297. That is it. For the possibility of the types of results we're talking about today, for the possibility of you being the man or woman that you desire, that you see yourself, like, you know that you are coded for millions. You know that there is a $1 million leader and business owner inside of you. You know that there is a dynasty builder, a legacy leaver, a trailblazer to your family and for future generations inside of you. You just don't know how to get there. This is where you get it. This is where you unlock, pop the lid off, explore, and anchor in the trust and the truth and the knowing that it's a done freaking deal. Go to gameonliveevent.com. It's already there on the page. $297. 3 full days immersion into the learning, the wisdom, the knowledge, the strategy, and the being. How would life change for you if you were surrounded by incredible, powerful business owners who are living lives that you have only just dreamed were possible for you? Immersed in the strategy that's needed to get you there. So go to gameonliveevent.com. Izzy, thank you for typing that down there for me. And grab your seat. Again, I'm not going to tell you when the price is going to go up, because here's the deal. We like play chicken with our life and with our destiny. And I'm not about that life. And so we're not going to play chicken. I mean, you can play chicken if you want to, but the price could go up tomorrow. I don't know. It may go up tomorrow. It may go up a week from now. May go up 2 weeks from now. It will go up. Like, so mark my word. It's not going to stay $297 forever. When it jumps again, it's definitely going to go up a minimum of $200. So it will be $497. So you can wait as long as you want to. But if there's a calling and a knowing inside of you right now, and you're resonating with this conversation that Sam and I are having, get yourself in the room. Get your ticket, be in the room, be present and accounted for, and watch what unfolds. So Sam, one last time, if you could share anything with everyone, those that are listening and those who will be listening to the replay for future years to come, what would you want to say to them?
Just do it. You will never invest in yourself. You will be transformed, not only financially, but most importantly, you will be transformed. I am not the same person I was at Game On Live last November. I am not the same person I was 3 months ago. It's a cumulative snowball that keeps growing and growing and growing. And I know I am just getting started. And that's the beauty of it, is having that knowing. And I didn't have that a year ago. I did not. I didn't have it even at Game On Live. I just knew I had to be there. I knew that it was a place for me, and I learned so much. But the cumulative effect of it is huge. And I'm just forever transformed. And my kids are forever transformed. My family, my clients, the impact is huge. And I am so thankful. I'm thankful to you, Shameca, for creating such a community and for doing the work. And getting us for where we are and working with us where we are. So those are my parting words.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you again. Like I always say this, it's not easy to come open your life up, the things that are going on in your head, where you've come from, because it's easy to just share like, I'm killing it, right? But it's not easy to share the process and the journey. And I know that these conversations support so many people in making decisions, whether it's a decision to work with me or be a part of this community or another one, but making decisions to change their lives, making decisions to up level their game, to play a bigger game. And so I honor you. I'm so grateful to you for being a leader and a trailblazer in that way. And I appreciate you so, so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And congratulations on all of your wins. Hold on. We got to do a quick celebration for Sam. We got to make sure we're celebrating. Even though we're not telling all of the numbers, just know they're big. They're huge.
They're huge.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I love you, Shameca. Thank you.
I love you too, girl. Thank you so much. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We will see you next time on our next episode of the Raise Your Game Show and the Believe series. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching my show, my channel. Here's what I want you to do. If you really love what you've been listening to, I want you to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. No, really, leave a comment. Like right now. I'm not gonna stop talking until you leave a comment. Seriously, leave a comment.